You know what I mean? That's what we do. Oh, let me get my mic set up. Pause. Hold on, so we can get this thing rocking. Now, me, I'm kind of like Cappadonna, you know what I'm saying? That's how I be liking my mic. You gotta know how to adjust this shit. You heard? This is the Zone Sports Podcast where we quote rap lyrics all the time. Corey, I tell my wife all the time. I feel like that it is a rap lyric for every part of life. I really feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you a prime example, yo. Two of my dogs, one is a American bully, and the other is a American bulldog.
Okay.
And one is 5 and one is 2. So they like to roughhouse in the crib.
Okay.
And sometimes, one of them ain't in the mood for it, so they gotta let the other one know, yo, big dog,
Yeah.
this ain't the time. And sometimes the youngest one, which is the bully,
Yeah.
she don't understand that, yo, it ain't time for all that. So my American bulldog gotta put her in check, and sometimes he gotta growl at her, he gotta damn near bite her. You know what I mean? Let her know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
nah, this ain't, yo. I told you to relax. You're not relaxing. Yo, carry your ass over there and leave me the hell alone. So when that happens, I instantly bust out into a full DMX quote. And
Yeah.
I say, have you forgotten what it means when the dog shows his teeth? Let me break it down for you. He's about to attack you. You know what I mean? So yeah, like yo, it's a rap lyric for
Yeah.
every part of life, Corey. I promise you it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yo, by the way, you know what I mean? I'm your boy Big V, you know what I mean? That's my guy, the other half of the host of the show. My boy Corey, he never telling the same old Ty story. You know what I mean? But it's his 49ers telling the same old tire story from previous years. We're gonna get into all that, Corey. So I hope
Yeah.
you're prepared to do this thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you know what? We sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. So make sure you shopping at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com. Corey, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. This has been a rough weekend for me. And you know what? I'm gonna just jump right into it. I came on this podcast a couple weeks ago and I told the audience, I said, yo, I hit my man Corey the other week
Yeah.
during the Michigan game and I said, yo, we do not want to see a undefeated Penn State. I think is what I said, Corey. I think I
Yeah.
think that was the team I said.
Yeah.
And here we are, not even getting ready to play Penn State this past weekend,
Yeah.
and we end up losing to Illinois.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't even know how drastic that is, Michigan normally looks at Illinois on the schedule and just kind of laughs at that and kind of skips over to like the really good games.
Yeah.
Illinois normally suck and we're normally great. The tables have turned.
Yeah.
We suck and they're good. And I don't even know if I want to give them that much credit, Corey, because I want to give all the credit to us just stinking.
Yeah.
Michigan, you're fucking terrible. I told you, Corey, I told you week one, that our quarterback situation ain't the greatest.
Yeah.
It just ain't. We can't even afford to hand the fucking ball off to Donovan back there. We back there fumbling snaps, Corey. What are we doing? That game was so ugly Saturday, Corey. I was pissed off. I can't, as a Michigan fan, Corey, I cannot even believe that we had the audacity to even lose to Illinois. The Corey.
Yeah.
Listen, not Penn State, not Ohio State. We lost to fucking Illinois.
Yeah.
Corey, I think we're on our third quarterback. It ain't even mid-season. This is bad. Neither quarterback can throw the ball. And I hate to come on this podcast and really just take a dump on my team, and because one of the quarterbacks is a young black man, and I wish him all the best in the world. I wish all of them the best in the world, because at the end of the day, y'all still just kids and all that.
Yeah.
But sometimes, Corey, you got to tell a kid, whether it be your kid or somebody else's kid, you stink. Your
Yeah.
baby girl down there, she poop on her diaper. You got to tell her,
Oh,
baby girl,
yes.
you stink.
All the time.
When it come to a certain age, and they're not doing the greatest at an extracurricular activity, you got to
Yeah.
tell them, yo, big dog, you stink.
Yeah.
You just do. So I'm taking upon myself to tell the Michigan Wolverines head coach, record label, crew, everybody, your quarterback situation stinks.
Yeah.
It just does. And here we are. Oh, let me go ahead and tell you, I also came on this podcast and told you, if we lost another fucking game, we could kiss the playoffs goodbye. Corey, I want you to look behind me.
Yeah.
That's that's where the playoffs are with Michigan. They're behind us, Corey. Pause. They're behind us. It's over. It is over. You can't even justify going into that conference room and putting them in the playoffs with a loss to Illinois. It's over. If I'm not mistaken, Illinois is ranked, what, 23rd?
Yeah. Yeah.
Corey, the floor is yours.
I am extremely shocked at the fall off. And I get it. I know people left and stuff like that. I know Harbaugh is not there and stuff like that. I was really just hoping for Michigan, or expecting Michigan to still be competitive. And I still think 2 is the magic number. Definitely 3, you may have to win a conference championship to get into the playoffs. And, the thing is that you're going to have to win your conference.
It's over. It's
good
over.
Luck.
It's over.
Good luck with that, right?
It's over.
And the thing about it is that with the heightened sensitivity of expansion of the playoffs, the expectations in a lot of programs, they're raised. And it's like, okay, we're not just locked in at 4 anymore. Like,
we got 12 teams.
12 teams. 4 or 5 automatic qualifiers, whatever. And I just knew even at worst, y'all could be like a at-large somewhere. And I don't see it. I don't see any way around it. I'm just shocked. I'm dumbfounded at the whole thing and the whole nine. And I'm just shocked. I don't have much to say about it other than just like,
we
wow.
stink. We stink. It's all right, Corey. I'm saying it for you, Corey. It's all over your face. You know we stink like I do. Man, the quarterback situation is crazy. From day one, I told you, I don't know what we're doing. I have no clue what we're doing. And I know people will say, well, that ain't y'all identity. Y'all a running team. But it still starts with the quarterback. By the way, we did pass the ball a lot last year, and passing is in our DNA. You know what I mean? You can ask somebody like a Tom Brady, who was a great Michigan quarterback. We have put out quarterbacks who can throw the ball, and we've also, by the way, have put out a Heisman wide receiver back in the day. So he had to catch the ball from Wilson. He had to catch the ball from somebody, right?
Yeah.
All right then. So I cannot say. And oh, by the way, that's one of the few times a wide receiver has won the Heisman.
Yeah.
That comes from Michigan. So I don't want to hear throwing isn't in our DNA. Because
it's supposed to be in your DNA.
It's supposed to be. So I don't want to. By the way, I don't want to hear when throwing or passing isn't in our DNA. When you put out fucking Mario Manningham, who, by the way, was a Super Bowl champion and caught one of the craziest passes we've ever seen in NFL history. So I don't want to hear throwing is not in our DNA. It's not. I don't want to hear that. We stink. That's it, and that's all.
I want to roll out the next couple of games that y'all got.
I don't want you to, but have
to. Okay.
Have at it, Corey.
We go. Okay. Michigan State. I think y'all got them. But then, Big V, y'all got Oregon.
It's over.
the country.
It's over. It's over.
Indiana, number 13 in the country. Northwestern, y'all should get them, and then the Ohio State University.
So we don't have Penn State this year?
No,
Okay.
actually, you don't. No.
That's a surprise then. I'm part of me then. Okay. Oh, I guess we traded out for the Oregon game, so that was a definite loss more than likely.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That would almost be criminal to have y'all play Penn State and Oregon in the same season.
And no Minnesota. They did away with the Brown Jug game?
Y'all played Minnesota on September the 28th.
Okay. Y'all
Beat them 27-24. Barely beat them, and they're not good that year.
Matter of fact, I remember that. It's just right now I'm just so frustrated and seeing red with my team. My memory ain't doing the best what I would lose. And when you're losing, your memory probably ain't really never doing the best with your past situation. And I know you know more about that than I do at this point with the 49ers stinking it up just like the Michigan Wolverines. Yes, the segue God is here, and I know you like how you might not like how I segue that, Corey, to shine the light on your team. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have been under a rock this past weekend, the 49ers lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in what I would call, what would you call it, Corey? I don't even want to call it something. I want you to take the floor since you are our 49ers correspondent. Have the floor, Corey. How would you describe the game Sunday?
An abomination. So I went into this game really not thinking we was going to win. I didn't. I was emotionally detached from this game. And the reason why is that, you find out maybe almost a little bit before kickoff that Debo is battling an illness. He played about maybe 3 snaps. Christian McCaffrey has pretty much converted to being a German in Germany. They are rumored that he's going to come back November the 5th. Whatever. Don't know. Not holding my breath on that. You got Brandon
Ayuko. Yep.
Torn MCL and ACL.
Done.
He's super done. He's up out of there. Trent Williams, the Suge Knight, the big bad boogie monster, he gets thrown out the game. When we try to do that onside kick, you text me and you said, and you basically alluded to, what the hell was that? And I text you back and I said, garage.
I knew you meant garbage.
Garage.
I knew you meant
garbage.
garbage.
I did not mean to text garage, Big V. I meant to say garbage. Because see, this is how these games go, Big V. They always go. We have not beaten the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes since he's been a Kansas City Chief. Ever. Right? And so that's why you're like, well, you're a fan. Yeah, but I'm a realist. And even though I knew we was at home, even Kansas City at their worst is beating a whole bunch of teams at their best. And you're talking about throwing interceptions in the red zone, dropping passes. And here's the thing. The thing about a lot of Kansas City Chiefs games and 49ers games is that it's like, oh, man, we're out of it, or we got the lead. Well, this one here, I was expecting a bigger blowout than what it was, and then it got to 14-12. I'm like, oh, my God. We scored a touchdown, but then we missed a field goal.
Yeah.
Because we have lost 2 kickers already trying to be He-Man by tackling someone off a blown special teams kickoff and or a punt. Both got the same injuries. Jacked up shoulder. We're on our 3rd kicker. So we can score till the cows come home. Are you trusting Brock Purdy right now without Debo and Christian McCaffrey being in the game for anything in the red zone? We were horrible. And that's the frustrating part. You think you're actually in the game. You think you actually oh shit, we could win this.
Yeah.
And then reality sets in. It set in during the 2 times at the Super Bowl. It always happens. It's never a ghetto blasting like how how Baltimore did us on Christmas Day. I want to say F the Baltimore Ravens for screwing up my entire Christmas. Okay, it was a ghetto master blaster, i.e., my man from the Bad News Brown from the WWE from the late 80s, who used to hit you with the ghetto blaster. We got hit with the ghetto blaster on Christmas with the Baltimore Ravens. The Kansas City Chiefs, they don't hit you with the ghetto blaster, Big V. They don't hit you with that. They just nip and tuck. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts.
I don't know, Corey. I would beg to differ. I'm glad you brought up Ghetto Blaster. I think the Chiefs do Ghetto Blaster. Because
To us or to other teams?
to y'all in particular, because
Oh, okay.
I recall Sunday, Patrick Mahomes running to the end zone and Ghetto blasted one of your linebackers or your safety.
And
Yo,
you know,
bro, he looked over your man like he was fucking Allen Iverson over Tyronn Lue.
and yo,
What is that about?
when I saw that, Big V, I was like, when did Lamar Jackson get traded and play for the Kansas City Chiefs? When did he become a quarterback for when did Michael Vick come back from the depths of hell to go play for the Kansas City Chiefs? You know, stuff like that. It's a catch-22, but that's when you know it's over. And it's stuff like that. Like, it's the icing on the cake when you just know that your football life is open. Big V, I said it once and I'll say it again. We need to make the playoffs. But I really don't know if we're going to make the playoffs because I feel like there is a sliver of hope. And when I say a sliver, I mean like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm talking about 1. Hell, I'm talking about 0.5. Okay, that, hey, everyone comes back together. But you know what we talk about all the time, Big V, in sports? Really anything, but especially in sports? Momentum, right? Momentum is real. And so you can sit here and say, okay, well, we're technically tied for second in the NFC West. Okay, that's true. You can say that with the Jets when there was a game out of first place a few weeks ago. You can say that, but momentum, how are we going to be if, and I'm using that word if, not when, the band get back together? Okay? When I saw that my man DeAndre Hopkins went to Kansas City.
What a trade.
What? And I'm like, oh, what? And I don't know the particulars contract wise. I mean, probably because we paid a lot of people. So maybe I do feel like I do trust Shanahan and our GM John Lynch to go out and make stuff like this happen because they've done stuff like this before.
Right.
But when he went over there, keep in mind, Kansas City, sloppy as they're playing, they are still undefeated. And now they get that guy. And you can argue whether he's out of his prime, he being DeAndre Hopkins. Dude, it doesn't matter. You have to account for him. If you have half of a brain, anyone who's playing Kansas City, you better double that guy. Okay? Because it ain't about, he's never been a volume receiver. He's just that one guy you can just throw it over the top and he gets, and all it takes is 1 or 2 plays this game. I'm not looking for DeAndre Hopkins to have, I don't know, 10, 12 targets. He's not going to get that. He may just have 3, but boy, those going to be some gashing threes that he's going to get. And it's like the rich just got richer.
It's gonna be the same thing. I feel like I had the same thoughts today. It's gonna be exactly kind of like how they used to use Larry Fitzgerald later on in his year.
Yes.
It's gonna be exactly that. Because Larry Fitzgerald in his last year was still catching the hell out of balls and making an impact. Pause.
Yes.
Yo, I
Yes.
see that. It is the rich just getting richer, and that is gonna be crazy to have a target like him, Hopkins, of out there for Patrick Mahomes. Not that he needed him, because he got enough weapons as is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He got them young boys over there, the rookie guy that's showing up right now. That's awesome. Yo, yeah. Having a veteran like DeAndre Hopkins on that team, man, what a win. What a win, man. What a win. Speaking of win, let's get to some NBA because the first game last night of the new NBA season kicked off. Man, it kicked off with, yes, it kicked off with the LA Lakers, ladies and gentlemen, against the new Minnesota Timberwolves. Yes, Julius Randle popped out. You know what I mean? The new look DiVincenzo. Everybody was out there. New look Timberwolves was in full effect against the, kind of same team, LA Lakers. You know what I mean? With the addition of and the star power of Bronny James. You know what I mean? Talk about what a moment, what it was for LeBron and the world to see Bronny James. You know what I mean? Basically, Bronny James. Let me address it right. Bronny James Jr. and LeBron James Sr. We got to put the senior on his name. He out there playing with his son, Corey. We got to put the senior on that thing. You feel me? Yo, out there, first father and son duo to play together in the NBA. Corey, let me tell you, man. I follow both of them on Instagram, and I was just looking at all the old photos that LeBron had been posting, of just of Bronny when it was, when it was very young, and both of them were very young actually, and just watching the progress of that until now, man, as a father, man, that just warms my heart to see. That is just so dope, and to think that LeBron James was also a big fan of King Griffey and how King Griffey Jr. and his dad were at the game last night. It was really a dope full circle moment to see that. I like that, Corey. I really did appreciate that from a father standpoint, man. And I'm glad I'm alive to see that for
Yeah.
LeBron, man. What was your thoughts on that, Corey, as a
You
father?
know, okay. I'm gonna hit you like this, and I'm gonna be that guy near the end.
Okay.
I stayed up and I ain't fall asleep about the fourth quarter. So I definitely saw the grand entrance of Bronny James and LeBron James Sr. And I thought it was just great. Like I'm always a sucker for the father and son type of deal. So many men aren't fortunate, lucky, blessed, whatever you want to call it, to have great dads in their life. I'm one of the few, and I always recognize it, and I never rub it in anybody's face.
Yeah.
The relationship that my father and I have, he has
Right.
a whole lot to do with the man I am today, and I can only imagine the joy that LeBron James felt. Stuff like that. I'm a huge fan of the Sanford and Son. That whole father son duo is just it's just it always tugs at my heartstring. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, this is great. Like this is wonderful. Like this feeling will never be replicated again. I'm glad to witness it. I'm
Yeah.
glad that the Griffey's was there, man, and it was such a phenomenal thing to see.
It really was, man.
And oh, go ahead, Big V.
No, go ahead, Majid. Go ahead.
And then the game resumed,
Yes.
and people know me. I follow the team more than I do the players, and I saw Anthony Edwards really starting to get busy on Bronny. I saw the lead that we had starting to shrink. And then I was basically like, all right, when the hell is he getting out? Like, the moment is done. I don't want to lose this game, though. I don't want to lose the game because I didn't think we was going to win the game. Like just coming into it, and I think Minnesota was only favored by like a point and a half, which is basically a pick 'em in gambling and NBA and stuff like that. But I was
Yeah.
like, hey yo, hey yo, I appreciate it, but hey yo, when you leaving, bro? We get like yo, we getting kind of torched right now. But all is well that ends well, man. It is a great moment. I do wonder what Coach Reddick, Jesus, I can't believe I'm still saying it. Don't even sound right coming out. I do wonder what Coach Reddick is going to do with Bronny moving forward. I mean, clearly he got the guaranteed contract. Is he going to go to the G League and kind of get there? Because I'm just wondering how much game time is he really going to play? If I'm not mistaken, Bronny only played like 3 minutes last
Yep,
night.
yep, 3 minutes.
And I think he needs to play, not necessarily with the Lakers, but he needs to play. And I wonder, is the G League in the future? Do we play when the game is out of hand? Like, I don't know. That's going to be interesting what Reddick does moving forward.
Speaking of Reddick, man, shout out to the coaching staff last night. I don't know if y'all noticed, man, looked on the sideline and all had on the Panda Air Force J's, you know what I mean? The J's and all that,
Nice.
the Panda one. That was fire. I like that. That was definitely fire for everybody to have on the dunks. You feel me? The Panda dunks, that was fire. I'm a sneakerhead, so salute to that, you know what I mean? Um, Yo, we ended up winning the game. I was definitely glad that we won the game. What I was really glad about was AD finally showing that he got some balls.
Woo.
He finally showed that his nuts are finally dropping. I didn't know, you know what I mean, for a couple of years since he left OKC, not OKC, pardon me, since he left New Orleans. I didn't know if, well, pardon me, I'm not even gonna put that on him. Since 2020, I didn't know if he had a vasectomy. I didn't know if he had got snip core. I didn't know. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because he hadn't really been showing that he could nut up. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
last night he showed that he could nut up. I liked the way he was talking shit to Anthony Edwards, letting them know what the fuck was going on. I like that, AD. I like the fact that you had 36 points, 16 boards, 4 assists. I like that, AD. I want that intense AD. And last night, Corey, he showed some intensity. I like it.
Trying to get him to do that. Like the
Yeah.
points, stats aside, like, yo, it's that
Yeah,
dump
is
off.
that? Yeah. And by the way, I like the fact that he blocked COVID guy last night. You know what I mean? AKA Rudy Gobert. You know what I mean? I like that block he put on him and let him know about it. I like the fact he got. He might have got DiVincenzo too. I think
Yeah, he did. I
he
saw
got
that.
DiVincenzo too. I
Yeah,
like
he
that.
did. He
I
did.
like that. I like that, Corey. I like that. Let's keep that up, AD. You know what I mean? Bron ended up having 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. You know what I mean? Which was an off night for Braun, you know what I mean? But we got the win, which is most important. Some of the others did their thing. Hatcher Murray had 18 points, 5 rebounds. Um, let me see here, and Reeves ended up having 12 points, 9 rebounds. And yeah, Hayes ended up having 10 points,
I
four
thought Hayes had a
rebounds.
hell of a game last night. I like defensively, he was. I know he only. Well, I say only he got 10 points. That helped. But I
Hell
thought
yeah.
defensively he was good.
I want to give a shout out because Corey, you know, I'm an underdog fan. You know, I'm an underground artist. I love the underground and the underdogs. I got to give a shout out. He didn't play any last night. Well, he did. Well, at least I didn't see him. And he did. He didn't produce stat wise last night. But listen, I want to give a shout out to that guy Olivari, man. I really do.
Mm.
I like what I saw for him in the preseason. Um, I want him to keep advancing and keep getting better and better. I think he's going to be somebody to look out in the future look out for in the future. Olivari for us, I really do. I like that guy. I really do. He
Can
kind
I
of
can I go ahead, BB?
go ahead, my G. Go ahead.
Can I say who else I want to look out for?
Hold that.
Connect. Dalton Connect, aka West
Okay.
Side Connect. He
Okay.
had that killer preseason game where he just had like 3 billion threes. He ain't get much burn last night. He only had 5. But man, this Dalton, I think his name is Dalton
Yeah.
Connect. He
Yeah.
is, they call him West Side Connection. Okay. This dude is going to be a problem. I think he's a great 3-point shooter. He plays I think he probably runs more than 4 or whatever. But he's gonna be a problem. I'm looking for great things for that guy.
Okay. Okay. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt, man. Speaking of underdogs, I know we talk about the Lakers, but I just want to also just keep it on underdogs. I like that guy McBride from the Knicks for the Knicks. I like him.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
like that guy McBride for the Knicks. Last night the Knicks had the game too. They end up losing and everything, but I like the way that McBride was going. Man, McBride was on fire. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
He really was holding together because the other people really wasn't showing up. The stars. I don't know what Jalen Brunson ended up having, but overall the team just played like crap. The whole team
yeah,
ended up getting blown out by the Boston Celtics, man. But yeah, keep your eye on McBride too. That guy out of New York for the Knicks. But
yeah,
I like how the Lakers looked last night. I
yeah,
like I said, especially I like how AD looked. I want us to keep this fire up. I want us to keep this intensity up from AD because we need that. We need that. We need that. As far as Bronny, I don't know what we're gonna do with him. I'm hearing talks about the G League, like you said. But to me personally, I think we're going to keep him on the team. I think it's too much star power at this point. I think it's bringing in a bunch of dollars into that stadium just to see
yeah,
LeBron play possibly his final season with his son.
yeah. That's true too.
I think it's too much money in play if they send him down to the G
Yeah,
League.
I agree.
I just don't see it happening.
And Lakers tend to do stuff like that. That's why
Yeah,
I think part of what we're called is the Lake Show. You
yeah,
saw it with Kobe, where
yep,
I think he had a torn Achilles or some crazy injury, and
yep,
we picked him up for 25.
yep.
Because it's still The Lakers care about stars being
They do.
in the crypt, which
Yep.
I call Staples Center. And you know, you're right. I haven't thought of it that way, Big
Yeah.
B, but you're right. You're right
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I don't see Jeannie Buss doing that. And I know they would definitely run it by LeBron first.
No question. Oh, no doubt.
You got you
No
got you got to think the head coach is his podcast business partner. So, nothing's going to be moving and shaking without it running through LeBron first. And I don't see LeBron signing off on that at all.
agreed.
I mean, shout out to everybody that be tuning in each and every week that we do this thing. We definitely appreciate it. And real quick, I gotta give a shout out to all the subscribers to the Skyzone.Society network on YouTube. We just hit 400 subscribers today.
Pew,
You know what
pew,
I
pew,
mean?
pew,
Yes,
pew.
yes, sir. Yeah, and you know what? Each and every one of y'all that watch this podcast has something to do with that. We
Mhm.
appreciate that. Corey, you a big part of this thing too. You a part of the network. You know what I mean? You've been putting in the work, so you are a part
Yeah,
of
brother.
this celebration of reaching 400 subscribers. You know what I mean? I was not at 400 before this podcast, so I know for a fact that this has something to do with
Yeah,
it, and I appreciate you.
absolutely. That's huge.
That
That's
is
huge.
huge, definitely, man. It's definitely crazy. I appreciate it. Let's get 400 more. Let's keep going and adding on. Whether you're watching the full videos, the YouTube shorts, or you're a fan of the gaming podcast, or just a fan of my art as a musician, I appreciate you being a Sky Zone Society Network subscriber on YouTube. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, yo, keep tuning in like y'all be tuning in. Let's keep growing the channel. And y'all know how we end this thing, man. Y'all know how we do it. Peace.